Hello, coming from St. Louis, Missouri. It's Jen Network. Guess where I am? Yes, if you guessed my bed and without Andy, he's not home at the moment. Um, you'd be correct. Why am I in bed? It's comfortable. I have an adjustable bed, so I can go up or down, down, down. Fun with lights. I was listening to Carl earlier, and he had been doing StreamYard. And then he didn't realize he was paying $40 a week. Yeah, I had StreamYard for a while. That's too bright. That is way, way, way too much money. I mean, you know what? Do it anyway if you want to do, just because it's a fun little hobby to do YouTube. And hobbies cost money. And you know what? Yeah, you only live once. And I figure if I run out of money, it'll be hopefully, it'll be on the far back 9. And, if I end up in a nursing home, well, they're all bad, even if they cost money. They're probably not all. There's probably good ones, but I don't know. Maybe I won't have my right mind. Maybe I don't have my right mind now. Hi, all. I am here to talk about content creators and what I've been enjoying. And recently, I think I discovered this through Zcar. I think he's the one who spoke about him, and I went and looked him up. Zcar, he's a funny guy, isn't he? He likes to rant. He's a ranter. And it is fun to rant. Sometimes you just need to get it out. You got to just rant, And his wife probably appreciates that he's not just ranting to her, because my husband has to hear my rants. But I've been listening to Rusty. I wrote down the names so I wouldn't say them wrong. Rusty 78609. Now, this guy, I think he said he was 80. He's been doing this for 14 years. That's amazing. And he's monetized and everything. And he likes to, I've only watched him like for the past 2 weeks, or maybe even a week. I don't know. So everything he's talking about, I don't know. He could have stolen someone's golf clubs. I don't know. I don't think he has. There could be a whole other world that's Rusty 78609 that has hate channels about him. I don't know. So he could be the best guy ever to exist. So far, I'm enjoying his content. And 78609, I think you have some good fun entertainment, right? So one thing he said, which I really liked, is you need something to do and you need something to look forward to. Isn't that the truth? And this is something, he was, in retirement. I'm not in retirement. I do have a job. It's my husband's my boss. I'm sort of on YouTube JAG. I've been on that for a while, and I'm into this real, smaller content creators. I was really into true crime, but you know what? That shit's depressing. Anyway, but yeah, Rusty was going to buy a property. He's not going to buy a property. But he sold all his property, so now he has to leave, and he has an RV, a camper. He's going to be living on. I think he always lived in it, but I think he had a place to park it. And I'm just learning about him, so I'm just fascinated that he's been doing it for 14 years, and that's awesome. I think it's a great hobby for retired people doing YouTube. So of course I've been listening to Carl. Today we saw his back. I've never seen his backyard. And we saw his garage. We saw his other car. He talked about the VW Buzz, that if you charge it to 100, it could catch on fire. Oh my goodness. So I guess you can't leave it overnight being charged? I don't know. I looked at one of those and it was, when I looked at it, it was new 70 plus thousand. And I was like, no, 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 no. Because also the range, although 242, I guess it makes sense. You can, I watched a whole review of somebody doing it. It was like basically like, for them, it was like every 2 hours and it takes like 20 minutes to get it to 87%. And I have to use the bathroom at least every 2 hours. So that wouldn't be a problem. And usually a lot of times if I'm driving across the country, I got my dog, she needs to use the bathroom. She needs to walk around. And it's always nice to walk around when you're doing a road trip. And we're going to be doing a road trip. We're going back to Florida. Is our house ready for sale? No, it is not. No, it is not. You know what? And we don't have any time frame that we have to have it up for sale. Or if we ever sell it, we may not. We probably will eventually, but we got to do some work. And, a lot of it we're doing ourselves. Some of it we're hiring people for. And those things take time. And we want to go back to Florida and go fishing and go on the wave runner and see our friends there. So that's what we're going to do for about a month, I think. Yeah. So, and also when we left, we didn't prepare it for hurricane season. Which means just have to bring in everything from the backyard of the lanai, as they call it in Florida, so it doesn't get blown away. But we're going to stay about a month, come back to St. Louis for at least July, maybe a little bit more into August, and then we'll see. Luckily, there's no urgency. So then also Tracy from 60 and starting over, she got her channel back, which was Adventures Over 50. But I don't know what channel. She's got both of them. They're monetized. It was a crazy story. Go watch her videos on it. Lots of creators have been talking about it. And she's just such a fun, nice lady, and you root for her. And she lost her mom recently, and Joy she was an angel. And Tracy's been through a lot, but I hope she just keeps plotting along and does some fun things on her channel and does some fun things in her life. And she went fishing. I love to fish. She was catching, I think she caught a bluegill. Anyway, so cowpote. Okay, another thing Rusty says is, you do you, I'll do me. So with cowpote, I don't know. I think he's a real, to me, he's a real dude channel. And I like a lot of dude channels, obviously. Almost everybody. A lot of guys I watch, a lot of things I watch are dudes. He might be too dude. He might be too dude for me. And I don't like him being mean to Miss Vicky, I don't get it. I don't know what happened. I don't know if they've had some comment war problems. I get that. Because, me and life a vibe. We don't vibe, okay? Lots of people vibe with her. She's not my cup of tea. She's not my cup of English tea. You know what I mean? She is from England, I suppose. I don't know really where she's from. She lives in Virginia Beach. All right. Well, so maybe New York Dan will put out his evening video. He put one out about Panera and their French onion soup. He's worried Sarasota Tim's going to go away. And, he wants to be a channel that's not all about Sarasota Tim. I think that's what we all are looking for. But, not that we all, as if I'm a big Sarasota Tim. I'm just this little peon person who is just trying to have fun. And because of one comment I made on Life of Vibe, I started making these stupid videos. I don't know. Do I have thin skin? Sometimes, but I actually really enjoy mean comments. So comment, like, subscribe. If you've made it this far, this is such a cheesy, this is all cheesy YouTube things people say. But hey, you know what? Go have a great evening. Listen to New York Dan if he puts up a video tonight. Carl likes to listen to him at night too. He's a funny guy, and I don't know, there's something about him that's lovable, I don't know. Everyone's got something lovable about them, right? Well, maybe not everybody. Maybe not. I try to find the good. I try. You know what? These channels that I'm watching, they are a distraction from real world, like things that could actually possibly make a difference. But you know what? Go watch some videos about ducks because I'm obsessed. I want a duck. I want chickens. I want geese. I want turkeys. And I don't know. I don't know how I can have those things. And I mean, I could have them in Florida if I lived there full time in a different house. I'm in an HOA. They do not allow any of those. But you got to have something to look forward to. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Someday, I'm going to own a duck. I don't know where and I don't know when, but someday I'm going to own a duck. Okay? All right. Good night.